everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I want to talk a little bit about the new update that Poshmark has pushed out about the excessive listing and that whole thing, whatever the policy is. I want to kind of touch on that today because it's been out for a couple weeks now and I've seen mixed reviews and mixed opinions, and personally I have some thoughts myself, and so I figured I would make a video on it after the fact. Normally I try and cover things right away, but I kind of wanted to have the dust settle a little bit and just see what was going to happen, see what the outcome was going to be. And I don't know, I just feel like I have a lot of opinions and I know a lot of you do too, so definitely feel free to leave your opinions down below in the comments, what you think. But that's what today's video is going to be about, and hopefully you like this video and hopefully you like this kind of content from me. So if you are not aware and you are kind of living under a rock, Poshmark released a update recently to the app within the last couple of weeks, basically saying if you are excessively relisting and delisting your inventory or listing new items, anything like that, you're gonna get suspended and your account's gonna get flagged. And no one really knows why they did this. I mean, we could all speculate. There are many reasons why we think they would do this, but none of them really are great, especially given that Poshmark wants you to be more interactive. They want you to relist more. They want you to list more in general. So for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I can speculate why, and maybe it's because they don't want people using bots and they're trying to prevent that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't think this is really going to be what's going to prevent people from using bots like they think. So they basically put this out and people were all confused because it just said an excessive amount. It didn't specify what that meant, didn't specify what would happen when you hit that threshold. And so people were all just kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen, I don't really understand. And so this was rolled out on the 1st of May, and ever since that was rolled out, I've been seeing left and right, big Poshmarkers or smaller Poshmarkers, all in between. Everybody is getting suspended for excessive relisting and delisting, or excessive listing, or excessive taking down items or whatever. And really it's funny because none of these are actually excessive amounts. I've seen people who have taken down one listing that have gotten the warning. I've seen people taking down 10 listings. And what I don't understand is, they're flagging these accounts for taking down listings. So, say you're on multiple platforms and you sell an item on eBay, for example, and then you take it down from Poshmark, that counts against you. Then they'll flag your account, and if you do that multiple times, you'll get suspended. So I don't know, it doesn't make any sense, and I just don't know why they would do this, because it seems like it's very counterintuitive. And also I just feel like the thing with it is it's punishing people for taking down items that have already sold on another platform, which is better than that item selling and then you having to cancel the order. So it's very frustrating, and I've seen so many people be very frustrated because, they relist their items if they're stale, or they relist items because maybe, they just need to because they need to update the listing, or, for example, I know if I have duplicates of an item, I can sell the same thing in the same size or whatever the case may be, and I know a lot of people do this too. If you copy the listing, that also counts against you. So I don't know, I just feel like they're really preventing people from doing things that they actually promote on the platform, and it's really, really hurting the platform. I think it's the opposite of what they want it to do. I've seen a lot of people say oh, I don't want to list anymore, I don't want to delist anymore, I don't want to do any of that, and I don't even want to use the platform. And that's what's really upsetting, is Poshmark is pushing people away from a platform that they love and preventing them from doing things that they love doing and that Poshmark tells us are important things to do. And personally, I feel the same way. I used to relist 20 items a day, and I would also list new items every single day. And the fact is, I don't relist anymore because I don't want to get banned. And I know that sounds really pathetic because it's well, why should you be why would you be upset about it? Why would you, fear getting banned? And I'm well, because they didn't really specify what excessive was, and people are getting banned after relisting one item. And so if I'm going to do 20, I'm definitely going to get banned. And so I don't want that to happen, and so therefore I'm doing my best to just list new items, and luckily I have a bunch right now because I've gotten in a lot of stuff from the bins and some other ways of getting inventory, but it's still defeats the purpose for me because I like to have my closet be refreshed every single month. And if you use a bot, like I use Posture VA, and Posture VA actually sent out an email regarding this, kind of saying what they think is going on and what you should do if you use Posture VA and like precautions to take. And luckily they're keeping us informed, which I appreciate because I don't feel like Poshmark is really doing that. But they're kind of saying like, hey, look, this is what we think is going on, and these are things that you should do to just be careful, and we'll keep monitoring as we go, and we'll keep you informed as we learn things. But I don't want to take any chances, and so I haven't relisted at all this month, and I actually noticed a huge drop in sales, and I was going to make a different video on this, but I mean, let me know if you would be interested in it. But I had made daily sales from the middle of last year, from June of last year, up until the start of May. And now the start of May comes and they roll out this new policy where they say no excessive listing and delisting, all of that. So I stop relisting my closet, and what do you know, I go several days without sales, which is so uncommon for me. And that was like really hard to accept because I was so used to making daily sales, and all of a sudden they roll out this new policy that really, you know, messes everybody up. And so that's how I know that relisting really does work, because I was doing it every day for almost a year and it got me daily sales. And Poshmark comes in and does this and messes up my whole thing, and I don't know, I'm just really frustrated with it personally, and I know a lot of other people are as well who also have gotten banned. So let me know what your experiences down below with this are. Have you gotten banned? What have you done? Are you stopping, you know, doing certain things on the platform, or did you quit the platform overall? I've seen a lot of people talk about that. Just let me know what your opinion is, because I know everyone has a really strong opinions about this whole scenario, and personally, I'm very frustrated. I think Poshmark is handling this the completely wrong way, and I think they're taking it out on sellers who are just trying to do the right thing. And if they're going to say that they're only going to penalize people for excessive relisting and delisting, and then go after closets who have done 1 or 2 delists of items that sold on another platform, they really need to clarify, because that's just straight up lying to the users that keep the platform going. And also, not to mention that, you know, a lot of people have been emailing Poshmark support about this and saying like, oh, why did I get banned? I didn't do anything, or I only listed 1 item, or whatever. And then Poshmark will email them back saying like, oh, upon further review of your closet, we've noticed that you didn't do anything excessive, so we're gonna lift your ban and you're good to go. But only after people have emailed them. And you know how many people have to email them, and you know how many emails they're gonna be going through? Also, what if they don't get your email, or what if you don't know how to email them? Like, you have to sit there and wait for them to clarify that you didn't excessive relist or delist. Like, I just don't think it's fair. I think whatever they're doing behind the scenes to flag accounts is completely wrong, and I think they need a really better system to do. I also think they really need to fix this policy, because it's really upsetting to people like me on the platform who have thought they were doing everything right prior, and now their closets are basically getting punished because of this. It's really frustrating because I've been on the platform for 7 years now, and I've really loved it. I mean, there have been some things that I haven't loved, but this is one of those things that's really, really frustrating, and I hear a lot of people speaking out about it. And for me, I just think that if they're going to tell us it's supposed to be an interactive platform and that they want people to do these things, then they can't punish people for doing it unless it's in extremely large amounts. Like, I get it, if you're relisting your entire closet every day, yes, that should be excessive. But if you're delisting 2 items that sold on another platform in 1 day, that is not excessive. That should not be punishable. That's just my opinion, and I'm very frustrated with it. I'm sorry that came out in this video, but I wanted to get my thoughts out, because I've just seen how it has unrolled in the last 2 weeks, and I'm not a fan of it, and I think it's really hurting the platform as a whole, and I think Poshmark really needs to make some changes. So yes, don't forget to let me know down below what your opinions are of this, how it's affected you. Have you gotten banned, or what have you done differently since this has been rolled out? I would love to hear from you guys down below, and you know, if you've also reached out to Poshmark and if you've heard back from them. If you want to see another video on new features that you should be using on Poshmark to have success really in times like this, you can click right here. And if you want to see another video on some reasons why your listings aren't selling and what you can do to fix those, you could click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.